Last session, what we discussed was the concept of entrepreneur. Entrepreneur, that means a person within an organization, within a large corporation, who takes direct responsibility for turning an idea into a profitable finished product through assertive risk taking and innovation. So, entrepreneur is a person who is a part of a large corporation, who involves himself as an employee in a large corporation. He has all the qualities of an entrepreneur. However, he do not bear all the risk of business. That person we call it as a entrepreneur, that we have discussed. And then we also discussed the difference between entrepreneur and intrapreneur. Few points of differentiation we discussed. Then we discussed the successful entrepreneurs like Walt Disney we took, Narayana Murthy we have discussed, Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, Ritesh Agarwal we discussed, and then we discussed about major qualities of successful entrepreneurs. In that we discussed that the successful entrepreneurs have these qualities like unending passion, they have the ability to stay motivated, willingness to take and tolerate the risk, being able to get along with the people and lead the people, openness to change. They are creative and progressive view of the world they have, and they have determination in the face of decisions. All this we have discussed, and then today we'll be discussing about the different steps in entrepreneurial process. Is the diagram visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can see in an entrepreneurial process, in a process of establishing an enterprise, the process will involve these 5 steps. First step, discovery. Then we have concept development, then resourcing, actualization, harvesting. These are the different steps. We'll be discussing these steps in detail. Your first step is discovery. So at this step of discovery, what the an entrepreneur does is he generates different ideas for the business. He evaluates each idea, chooses those ideas which can be feasible, which can be useful for the society. He recognizes different opportunities and studies the market. So before actualization of the business, what he does is he evaluates all those ideas. He look into all the strengths, weaknesses of the of his venture, the different opportunities as well as different threats for the business. He identifies. He also studies the market, all those customers, what are their requirements, what different types of products and services they are consuming in the present situation. Are they satisfied with those current or the present products or services? What different they want? So he does all the market research to understand the exact requirements of the market for any new product or services. So that is the discovery stage in the entrepreneurial process. First step. The second stage we have is a concept development. So developing a concept of the business, how that business will work. So in this process of concept development, what an entrepreneur does is he develops a business plan. And business plan is a detailed proposal or detailed plan describing the business idea and choose the business location. So uh, all those dimensions of the business what is the business idea, how that business will run, what are all the locations, then who will be the suppliers, how that product will be distributed, all those dimensions of the business. He prepares a business plan for that. The next step is your resourcing. In resourcing, what entrepreneur does is he identifies, acquires different resources. The different resources may be the financial resources, human resources, capital resources, which are needed for venture startup. Then the next step, fourth step, is your actualization. Actualization means implementation stage, wherein the entrepreneur operates the business. He starts the actual business activities, utilizes all the resources to achieve its goals and objectives. So he make use of all those resources so as to achieve all his set goals and objectives of the organization. And another step in this entrepreneurial process is harvesting. Harvesting means nurturing, how he nurtures the business, how he decides on the growth and the development of his organization. So all these are the different stages of entrepreneur process, wherein the first stage is discovery, second step is conceptualization, that is the development of concept or a business plan, third is your resourcing, fourth is your actualization, actual implementation of the different planned activities, and last is your harvesting, that is nurturing the business, that is growth and the development of the business. Is the process of entrepreneurial journey or entrepreneurial process is understood to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just a second now. The next what we are going to discuss are the different functions of an entrepreneur. What are the different functions an entrepreneur undertakes, that we need to understand. The first and very important function is innovation. Function is the important function for which an entrepreneur is responsible for. So entrepreneur try to innovate the different products and services, taking into consideration the demand or the requirement of the society, market, the customers. He try to innovate the product. Innovation means adding new features, modification of the present products or services, maybe implementation of different innovative methods can come under innovation. So entrepreneur will always try to innovate the different products, services, different methods, procedures, so as to offer something better, something innovative, something different to the market. Second important function is risk taking. So he assumes the risk. He knows that the market is uncertain and there is always a risk of losses. So when you are going ahead in any entrepreneurial venture, entrepreneur assumes the business risk and he is willing to bear the risk, and therefore he is able to go ahead with the business. Another function is organization building. In this setting an enterprise, he also builds an organization. Organization means group of people having a hierarchy of different positions. So building the organization, organization structure, or having the team of people who will be able to successfully achieve the goals of the organization. So that building an organization also is the function of an entrepreneur. Then the entrepreneur absorbs uncertainty. So I just discussed that he absorbs the uncertainty. So he accepts the uncertainty, he takes the risk, and then move ahead in the business with his own plans, his own strategies, so as to minimize or to reduce on the uncertainty or the risk. Another is the build commitment. So the function of entrepreneur is also to build a commitment. So to build a commitment towards the business, build a commitment towards the society, build a commitment towards the customers related to providing the quality products and services within the time and as per the specifications, as per the requirement, and something better to be provided each time. So that building the commitment is also one of the function of an entrepreneur. These are few major functions of an entrepreneur. However, while pursuing this course of entrepreneurship or during the journey of this entrepreneurship, he also has to pursue different functions at various stages. That also we will now discuss. So in the journey of his entrepreneurship, the first stage, which is idea generation, here the entrepreneur select the product and project identification. So he identifies the products to be marketed or products to be manufactured as per the requirements of the society or the customers, and project identification. So he identifies project and the product for the society, and he identifies how to go about, how to carry out this project. Then determination of business objectives. So he sets the objectives for his business. That is also a function of an entrepreneur. Once an idea is generated, the objectives of the business also need to be very clear. So he formulates the business objectives, and he is clear about nature and the type of business. He also has to decide upon the nature and type of the business which he is getting into. What is the nature of the business and what is the type of business he is doing. Also, what will be the objectives of this business, maybe the short run objectives or long run objectives for that business. Next is raising the funds. Funds are necessary for starting any of the enterprise. So he identifies the different sources of funds for his business. That sources may be internal sources as well as external sources for the raising the funds. Next is the procurement of machineries and materials. So he identifies the different sources, evaluate different sources of procuring, means purchasing, getting this business, machineries and materials, and all the materials may be including raw materials, components. So he identifies different sources of getting this machineries and materials, different suppliers. He evaluates all those suppliers, different sources, and identifies those sources and suppliers so as to get a continuous flow of quality materials and machineries. So this is a stage where he identifies and regularize the sources. Are you all getting?
Yes, sir.
If at any stage if you have any queries, you can ask me.
Okay, sir.
Then
No
going
doubt, sir.
ahead, yes, okay. Going ahead, another stage is market research. So market research is also a continuous activity which entrepreneur needs to take from time to time. So he undertakes market research to know the details of the intending product. Intending product means the product which he intends to offer to the society. So he undertakes market research whether the society needs that type of product, what exactly the society wants, the type of product or the service, what features the society is expecting, what are all the different expectations of society from that particular product or service, what are their motives. The research of all these activities, research in terms of all these aspects, he carry on continuous basis to understand the different details of that intending product, the product he wants to introduce to the society. So that market research at the initial stage, while he is intending to offer that product to the society, as well as after of launching the product or after introduction of the product into the market, also he does the market research. That market research is important to understand whether the customers are satisfied or not, and as per their satisfaction, whether he needs to inculcate or needs to change the products, or needs to make any modifications into the different features or qualities of the product. Then the next step, wherein the next function at the another step of this entrepreneurial venture, is determining the form of the enterprise. So what is the best suitable form of the business or the enterprise based on the different nature of the product, volume of the investment. So he'll decide the form of enterprise, what it should be, so as to best suitable to implement all his ideas, or to implement all those ideas. The next function is recruitment of manpower. So to identify different people for different jobs, he need to do this recruitment of manpower, wherein he identifies the suitable people for the particular jobs. So recruitment may be for short term as well as long term. So taking into consideration different activities, the short term activities and long term activities, he need to identify good people having skills, qualifications, who can achieve the objectives, who can work as per the requirement for short term as well as long run. Then implementation of the project. So after doing all this, the actual implementation of the project, wherein he develops schedule and action plans for implementation of the project within the time bound or time frames. So what he does is he schedules all those activities, different action plans, how that project will be carried out, what will be the timelines, what are the different uh, what are the different milestones, what different objectives he wants to achieve in what time, at what stages, all those time frames of implementation of the project he will prepare. So these are all the functions, all the different functions an entrepreneur is responsible for, or he carry out all those functions that we have discussed. Major functions we have discussed, like innovation, risk taking, organization building, he observing this uncertainty, building commitment, and all those different functions which he carries out during the journey of his entrepreneurship creation, that we have discussed. Is there any query in whatever we have discussed till now?
No query, sir.
Okay. So shall we move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Going further, we'll be discussing about the classification of entrepreneurs. How do we classify the entrepreneurs? What are the different categories of entrepreneurs that we need to understand? So this classification of entrepreneur, as you can see in this diagram, will be based on four major categories. First is functional categories. Based on the different functions of entrepreneurs, we will categorize those entrepreneurs into functional entrepreneurs. Then based on the use of technology. Third category is based on the type of the business, and then based on the size of enterprise. So these are the four different categories in which we will classify the entrepreneurs. And these categories will also, you will see that different types of entrepreneurs will discuss in detail. The first category of your classification of entrepreneur is functional characteristics. Based on the functional characteristics, the entrepreneur can be classified into four categories, like innovative entrepreneur, then adaptive or imitative entrepreneur, Fabian entrepreneur, and drone entrepreneurs. What are these uh, entrepreneurs that we'll understand? First is your innovative entrepreneur. By the name itself, we can understand those entrepreneurs who innovates, who brings in something new to the market. Those are innovative entrepreneurs. So innovators are the people who introduce new product or service or initiate new system in the economy or the environment. So these are the entrepreneurs, innovative entrepreneurs, who will always try to do something different, something new in terms of products, service, or the methodologies of business, so as to bring in some change in the society and to the economy or the environment. So that is innovative entrepreneur. The second under this functional characteristics is adaptive or imitative entrepreneurs. What is the meaning of imitative? Have you heard this word, imitative? Anybody? Imitation. Have you heard this word, imitation?
Copy.
Correct. So imitation means copying somebody, isn't it? Imitation means copying something. So what these entrepreneurs do is, these adaptive or imitative entrepreneurs, they do not innovate something on their own. They do not start something new on their own. What they do is, they imitate others. They find out who are the successful entrepreneurs in that particular type of business, and they try to imitate or they try to copy all those products, services, or maybe the methodologies which have become successful in the market. So in an assumption that as these products and services have become successful, they will also get successful. So these adaptive and imitative entrepreneurs, they, instead of innovation, they may just adopt the technology, the different methods which are innovated by others. So they will just observe the successful entrepreneurs, their organizations, their products, services, their technology, their methods, and they will try or they will copy all those to their business so as to get at least some share of the business. Those are adaptive and imitative entrepreneurs. Then is your Fabian entrepreneurs. And Fabian entrepreneurs means all those second generation entrepreneurs. So those who have entered into their already set up family business, those are all called as a second generation entrepreneurs. And they are very skeptic. Skeptic means doubtful or confused about taking a step unless and until they are definite. So These are Fabian entrepreneurs, means those are the second generation entrepreneurs, and they are skeptic or doubtful about taking a step unless they are finite, unless they are confident about that particular step or that particular decision. Those are called as Fabian entrepreneurs. Next is your drone entrepreneurs. Drone entrepreneurs, that means these are the entrepreneurs who prefer to run the enterprise the way it is, regardless of changes in the demand or trend in the market. So whatever changes those are going on in the market, the customers demand and customers likes, dislikes, or the different trends in the market, regardless of all those trends or changes in the market, they prefer to run the business the way they are used to run that from years. So those are called as drone entrepreneurs, who they do not change. They prefer to run that business as it is, the way they are running that business from years. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
So this is the what this all these types of entrepreneurs which we have discussed: an innovative entrepreneur, adaptive or imitative entrepreneurs, Fabian entrepreneurs, and then drone entrepreneurs. All these are the different types of entrepreneurs based on their functional characteristics. Then second is your classification of entrepreneurs on the basis of use of technology. So on the basis of technology, these entrepreneurs can be classified as technical entrepreneurs or non-technical entrepreneurs. So by the name itself, we can understand the technical entrepreneurs means those who establish and run science and technology based industries, or those who are making use of technology in doing the business. All those are the technical entrepreneurs, those who are into the manufacturing of different uh, automobile products, or maybe any industry wherein the use of technology is made, those different IT projects, or any type of business wherein the uh, uh, use of science and technology is being made. So those type of businesses or those type of entrepreneurs can be called as technical entrepreneurs. Another in this is your non-technical entrepreneurs. That means those businesses or those entrepreneurs who are not making any use of the type of technology. All those are called as non-technical entrepreneurs. They are concerned with the use of alternative and imitative methods. They will use only imitative methods, that is, they will copy the methods or the technologies or the type of the way they are carrying out business. They will just copy from others. So these are non-technical entrepreneurs wherein the use of technology is not being made in the business. The third category which we can discuss is the type of the business. So depending upon the type of the business, the entrepreneurs can be classified into three main categories, that is manufacturing, trading, and agricultural. So first is your trading entrepreneur. So trading entrepreneur itself, from the name itself, we can understand that they are into trading activities, buying and selling. So they procure the finished products from manufacturers and sell those to the customers directly or maybe through a retailer. So those are called as trading entrepreneurs. Those entrepreneurs who are into just trading activities, buying and selling of the products. Those are called as trading entrepreneurs. Second is manufacturing entrepreneur. So those entrepreneurs who are into manufacturing of any kind of products, those are called as manufacturing entrepreneurs. So they manufacture the products, they identify needs of the customers, and then explore the resources and technologies to be used for manufacturing those products. So these manufacturing entrepreneurs, they are basically into manufacturing of different products, the products which they have identified, which they can offer to the society. So these products they manufacture, they explore the different resources and technologies so that they can manufacture these products. So these are manufacturing entrepreneurs. Another maybe the agricultural entrepreneurs. The agricultural entrepreneurs undertake different agricultural pursuits. So they pursue different agricultural activities. These agricultural activities may be like cultivation, marketing of different agricultural produce, irrigation, mechanization, and technology. So these agricultural entrepreneurs are basically into the different businesses which are based on agriculture. So different businesses based on different activities of agriculture, like cultivation, marketing of agricultural produce, irrigation, mechanization, and technologies. So these entrepreneurs are called as agricultural entrepreneurs. And another category of classification of entrepreneur is your size of enterprise. So on the basis of size of enterprise, these entrepreneurs can be categorized into three major groups, like small scale, medium scale, and large scale. So these small scale entrepreneurs, we can call this entrepreneur, small entrepreneur, when it is up to 1 crore. The plant and machinery investment is up to 1 crore. Scale of enterprise means on what scale, on what level that enterprise works. So depending upon that, we categorized the entrepreneur into three important categories. Small scale, that means who are the enterprise is small, and small means the investment in plant and machinery may be up to 1 crore. Then there is medium scale entrepreneur. Medium scale entrepreneur means the investment in plant and machinery is above 1 crore. Above 1 crore and below 5 crores. Those are called as medium scale entrepreneurs. And third category is your large scale entrepreneurs. That means the investment in plant and machinery may be more than 5 crores. Those are called as large scale entrepreneurs. Then another category of classification, which according to the motivation. According to motivation also, these entrepreneurs can be classified into different types. There can be pure entrepreneur. Pure entrepreneur means the entrepreneur who is motivated by psychological and economic rewards. So the person who is motivated by his psychological needs, his own motives, as well as economic rewards which he is expected to get after having that enterprise. So those type of individuals can be called as pure entrepreneurs. Another category is your motivated entrepreneur. This motivated entrepreneur is motivated by the desires of self-fulfillment. So this motivated entrepreneur, he starts his own venture or he starts a business for his self-fulfillment, self-actualization. His own desires of having his own creation or his own venture, on that type of motives, that entrepreneur starts the business. Those type of entrepreneurs may be called as motivated entrepreneurs. Another type of entrepreneur in this category is your induced entrepreneur. Induced entrepreneur means those who are induced, those who are forced, or those who are brought to start the business, those who are being motivated to start the business. So that induction or that the factor which induces them to start a business, maybe the different policy measures of the government, or maybe any other stimulus that may induce them to start the business. Maybe they may be induced by family or the different policy measures by the government. So any type of stimulus they may induce a person to become an entrepreneur. Maybe different situations may there may be different situations who may induce this person to start an enterprise. So those people who are induced to take up an entrepreneurial task, those people who are induced to become an entrepreneur are called as induced entrepreneurs. Then we have spontaneous entrepreneurs. Spontaneous entrepreneurs means those people who start their business by natural talents. Some people have their inborn talents, inborn abilities of doing something. So they start their own venture based on the different inborn natural talents they have. They may start business in doing that. So somebody may have inborn talent of singing, or maybe doing something, or cooking, or any type of inborn talents, abilities. So those people, they start their business in the different talents they have naturally. Those can be called as spontaneous entrepreneurs. So all these are different types of entrepreneurs in the category of motivation level or type of motivation. Pure entrepreneur, motivated entrepreneur, the induced entrepreneur, and spontaneous entrepreneur. Is it clear to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you have any query till now what we have discussed, you can ask me without any hesitation. Do you have any query related to what we have discussed till now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So